Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. No, I ain't gonna comb my hair, 'cause I ain't going anywhere. No, 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 no. I'll just strut in my birthday suit and let everything hang loose. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. Nothing at all. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Nothing at all. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Nothing at all.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Never had much faith in
I'm like a dog without a bone. I just want you for my own. I got to have you, babe. Oh, there's love in your eyes. Closer. It's so subtle. I'm in trouble, but I'd rather be in trouble with you.
It's Marvin Gaye and Get It On. Ooh, baby, I got that healing that you want, yeah.
Like they say in the songs, on to the dawn. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. You got that healing that I want, just like they say in the song. Until the dawn, it's Marvin Gaye and get it on, babe. You got to give it up to me. I'm screaming mercy, mercy, please. Just like they say in the song. Until the dawn, let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Just like they say in the song. Until the dawn, let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Ooh.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. in a city that never sleeps, and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to know, and so I must go where destiny leads me.
With no star to guide me and no one beside me, I'll go on my way, and after the day, the darkness will hide me.
And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. Just a smile and the rain is gone. Can hardly believe it, yeah. There's an angel standing next to me, reaching for my heart. Just a smile and there's no way back. Can hardly believe it, yeah. But there's an angel calling me, reaching for my heart. I know that I'll be okay now. This time it's real. I lay my love on you. It's all I wanna do. Every time I breathe, I feel brand new. You open up my heart, show me all your love, and walk right through. As I lay my love on you, I was lost in a lonely place, could hardly believe it, yeah, yeah. Holding on to yesterday, far, far too long. I believe it's okay, 'cause this time it's real. I lay my love on you, it's all I wanna do. Every time I breathe, I feel brand new. You open up my heart, show me all your love, and walk right through. Oh yeah, as I lay my love on you. I never knew that love could feel so good. the impossible I wanna do.
I wanna hold you close under the rain. I wanna kiss your smile and feel the pain. I know what's beautiful looking at you. In a world of lies, you are the truth. And baby, every time you touch me, I become a hero. I'll make you safe no matter where you are, and bring you everything you ask for. Nothing is above me. I'm shining like a candle in the dark when you tell me that you love me.
I wanna make you see just what I was, show you the loneliness and what it does.
You walked into my life to stop my tears. Everything's easy now. I have you here.
And baby, every time you touch me, I become a hero.
I'll make you safe no matter where you are, and bring you
Everything you ask for, nothing is above me.
I'm shining like a candle in the dark
When you tell me that you love me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, and Salam Bela Negara. Good morning to all distinguished guests, speaker, committee members, and participants joining us from Indonesia, Malaysia, and beyond. Distinguished guests, the Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Supriyanto, ST MSc IPM. The Honorable Vice Dean of Student Affairs, Alumni and Cooperation of the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta, Mrs. Ati Zaidia, Eskom MTI. The Honorable President of Student Executive Board of the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta, for the 2026-2027 period, Rudy Hartono. The Honorable Chairperson of FIK FAIR 2026, Yanuar Arifin Ilham. And of course, our honorable speaker today, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin and Miss Ika Nurlaili Isnainia, Eskom MSc, as well as all committee members and beloved participants of the international webinar FIK FAIR 2026, whom we truly admire and take pride in. We are truly grateful to God Almighty, for with His blessing and grace, we are able to gather here today through these Zoom meetings in good health and spirit. FIK FAIR is the annual event of the Faculty of Computer Science, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta. It features a series of programs, starting from the opening ceremony international webinar, academic and non-academic competition, fun games, bazaar, social event, workshop, and concluding with the closing ceremony. Before we begin today's event, allow me to present the agenda of our opening ceremony and international webinar. The event will start with opening and prayer, followed by the singing of the Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya and March Bela Negara. After that, we will have the welcoming remarks and then a gong beating ceremony as a symbolic opening. Next, we move to the presentation by our first speaker, continue with question and answer session with participants, and then a summary by the moderator. Afterwards, we will have the certificate presentation to the first speaker, followed by an ice-breaking session. And then the session will continue with the presentation by our second speaker, question and answer session with participants, and summary by the moderator. And finally, we will have the certificate presentation to the second speaker, and the program will be closed with closing prayer and closing session. That will be the agenda for today's event. To officially start our event today, let us take a moment to pray, hoping that all the session this morning will run smoothly and successfully. We kindly invite everyone to pray according to your own faith and belief. And now, let us begin the prayer. The prayer is now concluded. Next, the program will continue with the singing of Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya and Mars Bela Negara, and we kindly invite all participants to rise and sing this song with respect and sincerity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be comfortably seated as we continue with our program. Well, we will now continue with the welcoming remarks by the chairperson of FIK FAIR 2026, to Yanuar Arifin Ilham. The floor is yours.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the international webinar of FIK FAIR 2026. The Honorable Mention, Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional, Veteran Jakarta, respect lectures, our distinguished guest speakers who will share their global insights today. And of course, all the enthusiastic participants joining us from various places. Today is a very special day. It marks beginning of our digital exploration. This year, FIK FAIR proudly present the theme of Ignite, inspiring growth, networking, innovation, technology, and exploration. In a world where the technology evolves in a blink of an eye, we cannot just stand still. We must be the one who light the way. Through this international webinar, we are opening doors to new perspective, learning about the latest technological trends, and exploring endless possibility. However, knowledge alone is not enough. We need collaboration. We firmly believe that true innovation happens when brilliant minds come with together and accelerate as one. We want this event to be the bridge that connect your ideas with a global opportunities. To all the participants, I challenge you to make the most out of this session. Be curious, connect with others, and let this be the spark of your future journeys. And to my incredible committee, thank you for your endless dedication. This grand event wouldn't be possible with your hard work. Without further ado, please enjoy the webinar. Let's ignite our potential and lead the future of technology. Spark the fire, lead the future. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Januar, for the warm welcoming remarks. Next, we will have the welcoming remarks from the President of Student Executive Board of Faculty of Computer Science, Turudi Hartono. We kindly invite you to deliver your speech.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, dan Salam Bela Negara. Good morning everyone. First of all, I will be Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, bentar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, dan Salam Bela Negara untuk kita semua. Good morning everyone. First of all, I would like to extend my respect to Professor Dr. Insinyur Supriyanto, STMSC IPM, as the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta. I would also like to express my appreciation to the Chief Executive of FIK FAIR 2026, Mr. Januar Arifin Ilham, along with the entire committee who have worked hard to organize this event. My sincere respect also goes to our distinguished speakers today, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nowin and Bu Ika Nurlaila Eskom MSc, and of course to all participants of the opening FIK FAIR 2026 international webinar. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. We are very grateful to be able together in this international webinar with the theme Digital Transformation and Innovation, Shaping the Future of Global Society. As students, we are living in the era where technology continues to grow rapidly and influences almost every part of our daily lives. Because of that, it is important for us not only to follow technological developments, but also to prepare ourselves to become innovative, adaptive, and impactful individuals. Through this webinar, we hope all participants can gain new knowledge, broader perspectives, and valuable insight from our speaker regarding the future of technology and digital innovations. We also have we also hope this event can become a place for students to learn and inspire one another to create positive contributions for society in the future. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone who has participated and supported this event. Hopefully today's webinar will be meaningful for all of us. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Rudy, for the thoughtful and encouraging remarks. Next, we will have the welcoming remarks from the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science to Professor Dr. Insinyur Supriyanto, STMSC PM. We kindly invite you to deliver your speech.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished speakers, respected faculty members, honored guests, dear students, and participants from various countries. First of all, let's express our deepest gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessings, mercy, and guidance, so that we are able to gather today in good health and spirit to participate in this international webinar. It is a great honor and pleasure for me as the Dean of Faculty of Computer Science to welcome all of you to this international webinar entitled Digital Transformation and Innovation Shaping the Future of Global Society. This event is proudly organized as part of FIK FAIR 2026, initiated by the Student Executive Board of the Faculty of Computer Science, BEM FIK. I'm also pleased to inform you that FIK FAIR 2026 was officially launched yesterday during the uh, anniversary ceremony of the Faculty of Computer Science. This meaningful moment marks not only a celebration of our faculty's journey and achievement over the past 31 years, but also our renewed commitment to innovation, collaboration, and global engagement in the digital era. Therefore, today's webinar becomes one of the important academic highlights in this series of events, reflecting our collective spirit to continue learning, innovating, and contributing to society through science and technology. I would like to express my deepest appreciation to organizing committee, lecturers, student volunteers, and all parties who have worked to make this international forum possible. Today, we gather at a very important moment in human civilization. Around the world, digital transformation is no longer merely a trend. It has become a necessity. Technology is reshaping how we communicate, how we learn, how we work, conduct business, and even how government serve society. Artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, and digital innovation are changing the global landscape faster than ever before. Nations and institutions that can adapt and innovate will lead the future, while those who hesitate may be left behind. However, amid this rapid transformation, we must remember one important principle. Technology should not only make life faster, but also make our life better. Digital transformation must be directed toward humanity, inclusiveness, sustainability, and global collaboration. Therefore, Forum like this webinar are very meaningful because they allow us to exchange ideas, broaden perspective, and strengthen international cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly honored to have two distinguished speakers joining us today. First, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nowin, who have expertise and international experience, will provide valuable insight into global technological development and innovation. And also, Ibu Ika Nurlaili, MSc, will enrich this discussion with her academic perspective and practical understanding of digital transformation. Thank you very much to both speakers for accepting our invitation and sharing your knowledge with all participants today. To all students participating in this webinar, I would like to say the future belongs to those who are willing to learn continuously, adapt courageously, and innovate responsibly. Don't be merely users of technology, be creators, innovators, problem solvers, and future leaders who can contribute positively to society and humanity. As universities, our responsibility is not only to produce graduates with technical skills, but also individuals with ethic, empathy, creativity, and global awareness. Because the future of digital society requires not only smart technology, but also wise human being. Before I conclude, I once again congratulate to BEM FIK and all committees for organizing this excellent international event as part of FIK FAIR 2026. I hope this webinar becomes a meaningful platform for knowledge sharing, networking, collaboration, and inspiration for all participants. Finally, I wish all of you a productive, insightful, and inspiring webinar. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Supriyanto, for the valuable and inspiring remarks. Afterwards, we will continue with the inauguration of the opening ceremony of FIK Fair 2026 through the gong beating as a symbolic act to officially open the event. And again, thank you very much, Professor Supriyanto, Rudy, Yanuar, and Zulfikar for opening FIK Fair 2026. But before we move on, we would like to have a documentation session together. For all the participants, please kindly turn on your cameras and we will take the pictures slide by slide.
Okay, thank you, Indira. Okay, thank you, Indira. I will take over for the documentation session. Get ready. For the first slide, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And the next, for the second slide, in the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then for the third slide, in the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. For the fourth slide, in the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Okay, for the fifth slide, 3, 2, 1. Now for the sixth slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then last for the last slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this concludes all the documentation session. Thank you. I will return this to Indira.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving into the main agenda of today's program, which is the webinar with the theme Digital Transformation and Innovation Shaping the Future of Global Society. This webinar will be presented by our two honorable speakers, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin as our first speaker, who will be discussing how innovation drives technological advancement in the digital era, and Miss Ika Nurraili Isnainia, Escom MSc, as our second speaker, who will be discussing the future of works in the digital era. And we would like to warmly welcome our distinguished speaker who have joined us today. For this webinar session, we'll be guided by our moderator, Rasha, who is staff member of the Event and Program Division of FIK FAIR 2026. But before we begin, we kindly remind all participants to take a screenshot during the session of Speaker 1 as a proof of attendance. And to Rasha, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Indira. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, and Salam Bela Negara. Hello, good morning, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rashraf Akil, and I'm honored to serve as your moderator for today's webinar, International Opening Ceremony of FIK FAIR 2026. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome to our honored guests, lecturer, student, and all participants who have joined us today. FIK FAIR is annual academic festival of Faculty of Computer Science, a platform for students, academic, and professionals to collaborate, share knowledge, and showcase innovation. This year, opening ceremony FIK FAIR 2026 carries the theme Digital Transformation and Innovation, Shaping the Future Global Society. Talk this theme, we aim to highlight how the rapid development of digital technology and innovation is transforming the way we live, work, and connect on global scale. It also emphasized the important role of the younger generation in adapting to this change and contributing to a more innovative, inclusive, and impactful future society. Now, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin as our first speaker today. We kindly invite Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin to join us at the front. Hello, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Welcome, Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin. How are you today, sir?
Yep, very good. I'm very excited to join this international webinar. So thank you for having me here today.
MV, I might ask, what are you currently busy with this day, sir?
Yep, as usual thing, because currently I'm the IT project manager in the Rotterdam. So this day is mostly about the work, but of course, this topic regarding the digital transformation is one of the topic that I'm also handling in the day-to-day. So this topic and what I'm busy this day is totally fitting into hands in hands.
Wow, it's only you quite been busy, sir. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to be here and share your insight with us. So, are you ready to deliver your talk for today's session?
Very
Doctor?
much.
Okay. It's just like Dr. Miat is more than ready to share valuable insight with us. In this first session, the presentation will focus on how innovation drives technological advancement in the digital era. But before we dive into the talk show session, I'm sure all of us are curious know more about background of our speaker. So please allow me to read the brief CV of Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin. Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuin is an IT project manager at Healthy Netherlands BV in Rotterdam, Netherlands. He holds a PhD in computer science from Malaya University and has more than 10 years experience leading global IT initiative with strong expertise in SAP, cloud strategic, enterprise transformation, Agile, Scrum, data analytics, and project management. Throughout his career, he has managed strategic projects across international teams, contribute to digital transformation initiative, and actively support academic mentoring and also research collaboration. He is PMT certified and has received several achievements including Best Paper Award and first place winner in an international student paper competition. Wow, truly impressive achievement, right? That was a brief overview of the impressive profile of Dr. Insinyur Medwin. With such remarkable experience and achievement, I believe we are all very excited to hear this insight today. So, Dr. Insinyur Medwin, are you ready to share some knowledge and insight with all of us here today?
Definitely.
Okay. And for all of you friends who have questions for Dr. Miat, you'll get the chance to ask after the presentation. Alright, then without keeping you waiting any longer, let's jump into the session. Dr. Miat, the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Then, just to ensure we have a more interactive session, let me quickly share my screen. Yep, I hope you all can see my screen already.
Yes, I can see.
All right, cool. Then let's get started. All right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello again, everyone. My name is Miat, and thank you for having me here today. And I'm very honored to share about one of the interesting topic of the today era, which is digital transformation and innovation, and how it shaped the future of our global society from both academic and industry point of view. So let's spend this 1 hour together with me to zoom in and zoom out the impact of digital transformation from the different lens. But to start with, I don't want to give you a textbook definition of what is digital transformation or innovation. Because you already know it, you already experience it, and you can easily define it based on your own experience. So I just need to help you to recall that exact moment, and you would be like, this is it, right? So let's pick something easy to recall, maybe a chapter from the past we all participated. Ever heard about what COVID-19, the famous global pandemic? And once someone say COVID-19, what do you remember as the change brought by the COVID-19 in your daily life? Something ring into your mind? Like the way you study, the way you work, or the way you travel? Let's rewind our memories. Look at this picture. A classroom, a traditional way of where teaching and learning happens. Then what happened with COVID? This teaching and learning shifted to online. And we all are mandated to learn the digital tools to continue this teaching and learning. So teaching and learning didn't stop, but the way how it conducted gets transformed. Then another example, the way we shopped. So before COVID, retails and marketing are all either physical store or the web. But during COVID, with the lockdown, shopping moved to online. And a new trend in marketing popped up, which is live stream and then digital marketing. So online shopping sites are no longer good to have, they became must have, right? So with that, the retailers who adapted these changes survive and who do not struggle. Isn't it? Okay. Then to the way we work. So traditionally, we need to go office 5 days a week and physically present there. But with the COVID, the workplace introduced remote working or working from home. And even after the COVID now, many companies still offer hybrid working. So like 3 days work from office and then 2 days work from home. Meaning, job place is there, the work is there, just the way how we work transformed. And that transformation is not one-time activity, it continues. So I hope this already helped you to recall the changes and the transformation you experienced in the wake of COVID-19. And you can see very clearly how the pandemic acted as a force accelerator for this digital transformation. Okay? And that transformation is at all levels, meaning not just at the individual level we experience, also at the corporate level that is very visible. So for example, you look at here, the CEO of Microsoft reported they have seen 2 years worth of digital transformation in 2 months due to the COVID-19. So can you imagine from the 24 months versus the 2 months? So this is how quick the transformation can happen or how quick the change can happen in this era. But the question is the transformation happening only because of the COVID-19 or is it driven by a constant change? Actually, it is very obvious to answer. Let me ask you one question. Have you ever experienced your parents, grandparents, aunties, or uncle reaching out to you to teach them how to use the smartphone or the app? Hey, come over, just show me how to use this and that, right? For me, yes, because my 70 years old mother learned how to use apps to make video calls, how to use translator to buy grocery, simply because it is no longer a choice for her in this digital era, but it is a necessity for her. She comes from the era where there is no even the smartphone exists. And now with technology advancement and digital transformation, she's adapting these changes. So this clearly spotlights the digital transformation is not a choice, but it is a necessity in today's world. And when it became necessity, what happened? Then people start to acknowledge its importance. So research growingly focusing on digital transformation. So as you can see here, multiple research focusing on how we can best utilize this digital transformation. Then the big firms like Deloitte and KPMG. I'm pretty sure some of you might already have about the 4 big firms, right? Big 4 kind of thing. So including this Deloitte and KPMG. Then they continue to highlight the acceleration of digital transformation in the industries. Then, when it is crystal clear that the corporate are no longer planning to go digital and rather rushing to go digital, that create a need for preparing knowledge workers because we need the skill, we need the resource to fit into that need. And this is where education sector start to focus on delivering digital innovation to support career opportunities. So meaning academically, industry-wise, digital transformation is ongoing trend responding to the constant change in the today world. So you can clearly see that digital transformation is happening in every sector with or without us. So we just need to decide to hold on to stay relevant. And what will happen if we don't? Look at this picture. One is the conversation. Hello, I'm Eliza. I'm afraid. How long have you been afraid? Since mid-10, normal conversation. The second is the medical. So this is more about if you have the infection, what do you do? If, then else. Then the third one is the gaming. It is more about playing chess, right? So if you look at here, the common thing is conversation, playing games, diagnosing patient, and all these associate with the intelligence. Before AI, back in the 1950s, so exactly look at this research paper, like when this paper is published, these are based on pre-programmed logic. Simple, if else then you. Then today with AI, the same common things here. Sorry, Faisal Fadila, I think you raised your hand.
I think it's just press the button.
Okay. Cool. All good. Cool. So then let's continue. So then if you see with the AI now, these are the same common things: conversation, that virtual assistant, medical diagnosis, that AI based, playing games, but with reinforcement learning. So if we don't write this digital transformation, we would be left in the old logic and era and still using hello, I'm Aliza instead of hey Siri or the virtual assistant, right? So applying the same concept here, to survive in this digital era, companies at any size must continuously evolve externally through innovation and internally through the transformation. For example, there was a study from the McKinsey that shows company move 40 times faster than expected on the remote work implementation during the COVID, and often in just over 11 days. So this is exactly how quick the companies need to respond to the change and how quick the transformation happened. So as you will be familiar, like in technologies like machine learning, artificial intelligence, and automation, these are also reshaping how work is done. And every now and then, you will see new version of large language model being launched and different capability for the different purpose. So the future will not be built by the people who use the technology, but it will be built by the people who understand it, shape it, and apply it responsibly. And with this intro, I hope you already can define somehow what is meant by the digital transformation. But I will still suggest let us still look at the formal definition together. Okay. So reflecting the theme of our webinar today, let's start with the key terms that we should take away after this session. Digital transformation means reinvention of how people live, work, decide, or how business create value, and how society experience with the technology. Then innovation means turning our idea into value by solving problems in a better way. Then the global society. So this is where you see the world as a one big society where economies are connected, work is borderless, competition is global. So together, it defines how organizations should operate. And that is called transformation and innovation at the global society level. And in reality, this transformation is not a one-time exercise or one and done project. Normally, in the industry, most executed, your CIO, CTO, they will be on this journey for the rest of their career because this is an evolving journey. But what I wanted to highlight here is there are still huge myths with the digital transformation. For example, most people think digital transformation means buying software, moving to cloud, or using AI. Actually, it is not. Because digital transformation is not about just technology. It is about how to transform you or your business in terms of behavior or in terms of a process as a business so that you still remain valuable in a world changing is faster than ever. So look at like this. Using an app is a technology. So technology is the tool. But changing how you do things because of that app is the transformation. Maybe if we give real life example, I believe all of you know Food Panda or the Grab Food, right? So using food delivery app like a Food Panda is just using technology. But changing from cooking every day to ordering food, saving time, running the food business from the home, that is digital transformation. Because in the old world, business was local, jobs were physical, customers were nearby. But today, business is digital, work is hybrid, customers are global. So we need to change our mindset, process, and culture to adapt the change with the relevant technology, and that is called a real digital transformation. Okay? Then the next one is the core of transformation, which is innovation. And here again, people often misunderstood innovation as invention. What is invention? Invention is creating something completely new. But in the context of digital transformation, innovation is just solving old problem in faster and smarter way. So basically, you generate the idea which will make existing technology or the system more useful, scalable, and efficient. If we need to relate that to real life, for me, what Richard mentioned here, this is the goal statement. So it says, solve the problem you solve, not the product you have. So if I tell you today, hey, buy this because it will give you the extra benefit, you will just take it like, okay, good to have. But if I tell you, buy this, it will solve your pain point, then you consider it is beneficial for you automatically in your brain, right? So that is already without me having to use benefit in my word, you are convinced. But what is interesting is anything that is to be innovative, the starting point is defining a problem. So you don't reach to innovation without a solid problem to solve. So let's not talk about the industry or digital transformation. Let's just relate to our academic world, right? So even in academic, your thesis or your research, when we talk about what is the novelty or contribution for your research, that depends on what problem your research will solve in it, right? So that's right. But what we need to watch out, the only thing in this today's digital era, innovation is also keeping at its pace. So in the past, big company beat the small company, right? I think you will hear like a big enterprise acquire the small enterprise and so on. But today, we got no time to think longer. Instead, we need to act faster. So first company beat the slow company. The more you innovate, the more you have the chance in this fast changing world. So now that we understand a true definition of innovation, let's talk about how it drives technology advancement. So along the journey, we have the three waves of innovation. First wave is hardware-led innovation, focusing on machines or the infra. For example, ATM machines, right? So previously we need to go to the bank, we need to line up, and then later on that the hardware come up, you have the ATM machines here and there. Then the second wave comes, that is with the software. So those are the platform, apps, and then cloud. For example, from ATM machine, we now use the mobile app, mobile banking, those things. Then the third wave that will drive the technology with intelligence, like AI and automation. Example, AI-based note-taking apps, right? So we need to first understanding what problem we want to solve. Then we can see what wave of innovation that can offer what advancement to be done in the technology. All right. So just to put more meat on the bones, look at these two scenarios. The case one is the entertainment area, where customer want more convenient access to the entertainment. And in response to that demand, Blockbuster and Netflix took the different approach. So Blockbuster decided, let's expand many stores across many cities so that we can provide better access to the entertainment. So if the people come in every street, there is a Blockbuster. But Netflix took a different approach. So they introduced streaming service that eliminated the need for travel to access the entertainment. So you can see here, right? It's the same problem, the same demand, but the different solution. So as you see, the Blockbuster did not fail because people stopped watching the movies. We still watching the movie. You still watch the Korean drama, Chinese drama, right? All these things. So meaning people still watch movie. They fail because they cannot innovate a solution that solve the problem better. The same for the transportation. So traditional taxi create the online booking technology, right? And that is also the tool. But Grab transformed the mobility ecosystem with all-in-one. So it eliminated the need to negotiate the taxi fare, the limitation in payment method like a cash only. So again, it's the same problem, the same demand, but the different solution. And this is exactly how innovation drives the technology to solve problems in our daily life, but in much better way. So at this point, as in the principle or in definition, we understand the core of digital transformation and how innovation drives in digital era. Now, let's go one step deeper and look through the entire journey of digital transformation and see how we got there and where we are going so that we can prepare for the next digital generation. So first of all, the digital transformation evolved into three waves. The first one, we started with wave one, is the digitization. So this is the era where the letters became email and the shop became website. And this is all about efficiency and productivity that we want to make the work faster. Then we move to the wave two, that is digitalization. And that is using digital to improve processes. So cloud, e-commerce, right? That is more about optimization of current business process so we can generate more value. Then we enter into the wave three, that is digital transformation, where we reinvent the entire business model and society. And this is where we define and change what work exactly is. And guess where we are now? So at this stage, we are living through the AI inflection point. So in this phase, it is not just digital transformation, it is intelligent transformation. So what's the difference, right? Digital economy means technology helps people work faster. Then if I need to give an example, let's get back to this food example again because I'm foodie. So for example, you use an app to order food online. That is digitalization. But intelligent economy means technology help people even to think smarter. So the food app you use have the AI to predict what you want, recommend meals, optimize delivery before you order. So meaning it is already integrating the intelligence to think smarter. So with trending of AI, automation, cloud, data-driven business, all these topics push the traditional digital economy to the side of the intelligent economy. So from technology helping you to work faster to the technology helping you to think smarter. And this AI literacy, data literacy, digital communication, system thinking, critical thinking. So these are the driver, or you can say like a skills, pushing this transformation to work. And guess what? With the latest research and looking from the ASEAN lens, this will continue growing. So we all are at the right timing to hop on the train if you really know how to take advantage of that. Then what comes next is the intelligent society. So with intelligent economy and smart tool, you think smarter for your business and make more intelligent decision. But this intelligence is not limited to companies and businesses. It can also scale at the global society level. If you really think about it, it can also help cities to reduce traffic, help hospitals to detect illness earlier, and help students to learn better also. So smarter global society means it is the digital transformation helping society to live, work, and solve the problems more intelligently. So meaning technology will no longer just support businesses, but it will shape how society operates as at the global level, how decisions are made, and how value is created. If we relate to the real life examples, for example, my PhD thesis was about the prediction model for alcohol relapse. So what we did, we predicted the chances and likelihood of a person returning to the alcohol abuse. And this is for public health domain and helping the doctors to detect alcohol abuse patients who are also from the remote area. And it was very helpful during the COVID-19 when it is really, crowded in the hospital with the COVID-19 cases. And then regarding this case of like a more public health topic, it is not really having the direct access. So this remote related area, like a remote thoroughfares, this is having the trend that time. So what you can see, this is an example of how we can help society with the digital transformation and with the AI. Then if you see this curve, the trend, as of today, AI changes decision making. But in future, we will have human plus AI collaboration to redefine value creation at the global society scale. So if I may sum up, the smarter society means global society with intelligence and adaptability. And experts are already predicting here, like by 2035, the most advanced society will not be defined by how much technology they own. It is not about technology. They will be defined by how intelligently they use it. So even if you have the technology, you need to ensure you know perfectly how intelligently you can use that technology. That exactly is the transformation. So if the future is an intelligent society, then what will happen to the future of work? Let's answer with facts on the table. Today, 75% use AI at workplace and 25% don't. So now, ask the question to yourself, which side you belong to today? 75% or the 25%? Right? So imagine if you are in the 25% bucket, still using conventional method in your day-to-day work, no doubt that the people from the 75% will be faster than you, maybe in terms of data analysis, in terms of report creation, or in terms of schedule management. Because they already take advantage of AI for that. That if you are in the 25% bucket, you are still spending quite a heavy amount of time to do the same task, this boring, repetitive task. So the thing is, whenever we talk about the future of work in the AI, the first concern from the people is like, am I going to be replaced by AI or am I going to lose my job to the AI? So that is the first concern. That what if I told you the real risk is not AI replacing you, but someone your age using AI better than you. Why I say so? Because in future, the work we do will evolve significantly in the three ways. Some repetitive tasks will be automated. AI assist decision and tasks will be augmented. So there will be reinvention of new ways of working, or the new roles will be emerged, like a responsible AI. And AI and human, they will be working hand in hand to turn into the intelligent society as human plus AI collaboration. So imagine like this, if you are a developer, AI will write code for you as a vibe coding, and you will design the system to be more connected using your system thinking and critical thinking. Similarly, if you are accountant, AI will automate the report for you, and it will just interpret the insight. What are the trends? What are the data? Right. Also, if you are a doctor, AI will detect the pattern. Okay, this is like the pattern in the brain, the pattern in the heart, right? Then the doctor will deliver the judgment. Also, if you are the marketer, AI will generate the content. Now you can easily generate what need to be published in your social media, the content, but you will still need to explain the content and build trust with your consumer. So you see, it is the same scope, but the different tests being augmented with the human and AI collaboration. Meaning, digital transformation or the AI won't eliminate the work. It will just redesign how we work. All right? So, what you need to understand here is the two big shifts. Number one, the task will change because AI will redesign the jobs, same jobs, but the task you do within that job, the technology you use within that job, that will be changed. For example, as a project manager, when I started my job, Microsoft Project Plan is where we use very heavily. Then now, what is trending already is like a Jira, Confluence. So these are the new tools I also need to adapt. Also, what is most important regarding the skills. So the skills will matter more than the degree. It is not about counting how many certificates we have. It is more about how much we can adapt and work and a constantly changing environment. So I will say it is more about your agile mindset. That is what companies value more today. So these days, if you go for the interview or if you go for the, like any of the talk, you will hear this term agility, agile flexibility. So this is most important value currently that is being looked for in the companies or in the talent, right? Then maybe as an example, if you are the computer science student, focus more on the problem solving rather than the coding. Because nowadays we have the vibe coding or local no-code platform. So hardcore coding, C Sharp, C++, right? So that is not really the mandatory, but understanding what to code, that is more important, right? So that is the problem solving that is more valuable. So to sum up, what I want to highlight here is you need to prepare yourself with these two pictures, then you can get ready for the future of work. Next, when we talk about the future of work and digital transformation, we need to zoom in and see the challenges and opportunity it comes together. So let's start with the challenges. It is great to see the technology scale very fast, right? Boom, boom, boom. But the trust and adoption skills slower. So that is like where the balance is not really there. And in reality, there are also still many loopholes that we need to watch out. For example, there can be misinformation. Like you talk about the Mars MERS, right? Then in large language model or in the AI, without the proper context, AI might confuse Mars as in the galaxy or Mars as your chocolate bar or Mars as your butt. Also, algorithm in AI can unintentionally learn bias from the past data because training of the data, everything is based on the past data and then how big you have the data, right? And if you have the bias in your algorithm, it can also impact marginalized group in the housing, hiring, and then credit. And it can have the huge consequence. Also, maybe a very obvious one, you can think about the cyber crimes that can come into the picture, like identity theft, scam, right? And most companies are not yet really ready to implement AI safe. Also, the digital inequality. So that can widen between those who can leverage AI and those without access or the skill. And that will trigger the job anxiety. So this is what happening in general as the global challenges. But if we all are from the ASEAN, so if we were to zoom in for the ASEAN, the challenges will be more in area of unequal readiness due to the infrastructure and the skill gap that is due to the critical talent shortage and also public trust in the digital services. This is very important because the public trust means how will governance and law set up in the cybersecurity. So to give you some example, in Europe, we have GDPR, what is the Global Data Protection Regulation. And that is the law enforcement in the Europe, how we will be securing sensitive or the personal data. And the penalty is quite high. And every company need to comply with that. But from the ASEAN point of view, we are still a bit far from there, right? So of course, if we turn the page, another side of the challenges is the opportunities. So the biggest opportunity that comes with the current digital era is the remote work. And that opens global freelancing. So maybe these days you will also see a lot of digital nomad visa available, maybe from the many countries, and that enable borderless career, meaning location no longer define economic opportunity. You can work from anywhere. Also, you no longer need a big team to start a company. So previously, to start a company is like you really need to set up a strong team. You need to do like so many prerequisites. But now with the AI empower team of one to operate like team of 10. How we can do that? Example with the agentic AI. So what I'm talking about here is the AI that can execute tasks not just analyze, right? And this AI, like agentic AI, they are transforming SME, small medium enterprise, into the smarter SME by automating the complex workflow like a finance, tax, and demand focused. Also, government area. So government services are also now focusing on digital public services. So they want to make sure people have the easy to use online, have the access to pay bill, or they're getting helped like much easier with the technology. Also, another important one, or let's say the main benefit we have here is the inclusive innovation. So that is integrating micro, small, and medium enterprise into the global value chain through open data network and digital data governance framework. So this is exactly at the global level all the opportunity. But again, if we look at the ASEAN Pacific, Southeast Asia, this is a global leader in mobile first consumption, with over 60% of the all payment now being digital. So if the region successfully implement ASEAN digital economic framework, that is to harmonize cross-border trade, then this is where the export rated ASEAN could be fast growing digital economy, reaching $1 trillion by the 2030. So exactly what I want to highlight here is the future is there and the opportunities are there that by the time you graduate, you will be even finding more opportunity if you have the right skill set. And this will perfectly link back to the topic I want to highlight, the skill set, right? So this is what we need to understand, what skills are needed and to get prepared for the future of work. But here, what we need to understand first is the different demand and skill transition. So let's say in the past, your grandparents learned one skill for the life. Your parents learned one profession for the decade. But your generation must learn, unlearn, and relearn forever. So to start that, you need three core skills as the digital skill, strategy skill, and human skill. So digital skill is more about understanding how to use the right technology. The strategy skill is how to be innovative in this transformation journey. Then the human skill is something premium asset you can build that machine cannot do. So combining these three, that will position you as the future ready and into the future of the work. So then once you have the skill, then what's next, right? So once you have the right skill set, you can have a peek at the market. So the future job market is the intersection of technology, business, and human insight. So you can directly map these three with your three skill set of digital, strategic, and human skill. And if you know the more overlap, you can enter better. So this is exactly why we put the dollar sign there, meaning if you know like the technology and business, you can earn. If you know technology and human insight, you can earn. But if you know these three intersection together, you will make back of the money, right? And of course, okay, now we have the skill set, we know what is the future market like, then what are the faster growing career paths. So these are the ones the companies are heavily looking for. So the most notable one I want to highlight here, like a machine learning engineer who developed large language models, like a prediction, all these things. The business intelligence analyst. So this is more about understanding the data scientist. Then the cloud security engineer. This is what people who put the digital log in the cloud, right? Then the product manager will understand product business and technology. Then the DevOps regarding continuous integration, continuous deployment, then the content strategies. So those are the roles you will find more and more in the linking from now and in next few years. So what I wanted to highlight here, we are already moving from CIO area to the CEIO era. Because with digital transformation, we also need to implement responsible AI, not just the AI. Okay, so next, let's look at one practical scenario of what tools are available at your fingertip and what sort of real-world application you can develop under 30 minutes. So maybe a good example is like, imagine you need to build a virtual student career advisor. because students often do not know what career path fit their skill, interest, and market demand. Then you can follow these 5 simple steps to turn your idea into the prototype. So first, you research the need and identify the problem. So you really see what are the real-time job market data, what are the skill gap, right? Then you define the system instruction in Google AI Studio. So that is setting up the user persona with a prompt. Then this is where you need to apply the knowledge of the prompt engineering. For example, you define like as elite career coach, design a framework that support career decision. Then you create the input form where student can fill up and you can share with the student. Then you automate the workflow with some tool like N8N, and that will generate and then send the career advice as in the PDF as soon as the button is clicked. So some automation. Then once you have this working prototype, you can include that as your portfolio and launch in the GitHub. So this is just to show you how easy you can develop real-world application with AI compared to the past century, and how you can even start as the AI entrepreneurship. And additionally to that practical, I also want you to explore these 2 short courses, which will be very highly relevant for you. So the first one is the AI and Career Empowerment from the Maryland University, United States. And this will teach you how to nail a job interview in the AI era. Then the second one is the Ethic of AI from the Helsinki University from Finland. So this will also teach you how to use AI responsibly. So imagine with the skill set, understanding of the market, knowing what tool to use, and with all this learning, then you will be ready to step into the future. Great. So with that, I believe we cover quite a few interesting topics in the digital transformation. And now let's wrap up this session with some pragmatic action items to build an adaptive and innovative global society. So to shape the future of global society at the individual level, we can follow this 5-step value creation framework. First, learn how to learn. Meaning, before we are like, okay, I know this, I already read this, but now we need to move into the direction I can master this quickly. The what is quickly. So for example, using the notebook LLM, you no longer need to read 100 pages. You can just input there, and then you can have the summary, and then you can digest multiple sources in the short time, and it can boost your productivity, right? Then the second one is to build the digital fluency. You need to know the right tool, the right component that you need to understand. Because I also mentioned that earlier, system thinking, critical thinking, right? System thinking is like how each of the component interrelated. And critical thinking is more about how to ask the right question. But in order to have that mindset, first you need to fluent in the digital, the tool that you are going to focus on. So that will be the data, API, right? The solution. Then the third is work with the AI as your partner. So previously, when this ChatGPT large language model started, people tend to think like using AI is like a cheating. It is like a mindset. They think like, if I'm using the AI, am I cheating? Actually not. If you use AI responsibly, it is not cheating. It is more thinking smarter or use it more intelligently. But the keyword here is it need to be used responsibly. Then the fourth one is develop human skill. That will be the most important premium asset you can build now, because machine can never act like a human or have the human skill. So that's mean empathy, critical thinking, system thinking, those sort of things. Then the last one is the most important one: create and share to shape the future of global society. Contribution. So this is exactly how you can help to shape the future of global society at the individual level. Meaning, you just don't identify the problem, you just don't innovate the solution, but you share it with others to bring that benefit you have it to the society level. And that is already a part of the humanity that we can build with the AI era also. Good. Then once we talk about the individual level, let's talk about one step further at the corporate level. But here I would like to quote this six-step approach from the McKinsey as the highly relevant ones. So for every transformation, we need to start with a clear strategy. And strategy means that is based on the clear problem definition, because solving the problem equal to generating the value. Then we need to have the right people in the team, and that is called T-shaped team. So T-shaped means something like this, and here at the top level, surface level, the team is good at generalizing everything. So they know every topic as a general, and the down is like a one particular area. They are very much expert in that. So meaning they can involve in all discussion as a high level, and they can be go-to person for one specific topic in that team. So that is called T-shaped team building. Then we need to define operational model that not only work but also can scale. And this is more about strategic operation. Then the next one is the distributed technology, but with the psychological safety space. Psychological safety means it is an area where the team can innovate, grow, taking the risk. Because as we mentioned, the change is very fast and we need to adapt it. Adapting means we need to be willing to take the risk also, right?
Belok
So
mo videoin.
sorry? I think I hear a question.
I think that's not a problem.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay. Cool. So then another one, it is important to provide access to the data. So we need to see all the data to make the data-driven decision. And overall, the most important critical thing is the change management. And without that, none of the transformation can happen. Okay. So with that, this brings us to the end of our keynote. And let me wrap up with one key sentence that you can take away. Digital transformation is not about technology changing the world. It is about people like you and me deciding what kind of world technology should create. So, building an adaptive and innovative global society means creating a world where we do not just consume technology, but use it wisely to improve lives, include more people, and build better solutions for the everyone. And definitely that can start with you. So with that, I will now want to hand over the mic back to the floor and time for the Q&A. If you have any questions, anything that you find it interesting, we can go back to that particular slide and we can discuss more. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the material and your presentation, Sir Dr. Disino Mietnuin. Wow, that's an insightful and inspiring presentation from you. We learned that digital transformation is not only about technology, but also about how people adapt, innovate, and create meaningful impact in society. We also learned that AI and digital innovation will continue to reshape the future of work, making adaptability, critical thinking, and digital skills more important than ever this rapidly evolving global era. Now, guys, we're moving into the Q&A session. So, for all of you have a question for Dr. Miat, feel free to raise your hand or drop your question in the chat box using the format hashtag #DrMiat_your full name. Don't be shy, this is the perfect chance to dive deeper and get the answer directly from our speaker. While waiting for the participant to raise her hand or type in the chat, allow me to ask some question for you, Dr. Miat. Maybe I want to ask about, you mentioned that innovation is not only about technology, right? But also about solving problems in better ways. My question is, in your opinion, what's the mindset should young people develop in order to become innovator in the digital era?
You need to become more innovative in the digital era.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is a very good question. Thank you, Rasya. So in order to become more innovative, the first skill that we need to build is the critical thinking. right? So now, as for the young generation, what I would like to encourage is start with building that human skill, which will be necessary for you to be able to step into the another stage, like a being innovative. So what I mean by the critical thinking skill is one, like you can start from the very basic. So when you see one particular topic or one thing, you can start thinking or relating to defining a problem around that area. So innovation is coming from the idea of what is the problem that we want to solve. So first we start with the step one problem. Then we understand, is it the problem, will to solve it or not, right? So we do the judgment. Then after we do the judgment, then we will see, okay, how can we solve this problem differently? Then this is the innovation. So this is exactly the three step that maybe everyone can take from the base. It sounds very simple, but it takes a little bit of the practice. And there's like a very well-known quote that I read. If you can write down your problem very clearly, you already solve half of your problem. So meaning write down the problem very clearly. If you have something trouble in your mind, if you don't know about the problem, write down it, then try to explain it, maybe it's in the 20 watts kind of thing. Then if you can already done that, meaning you already know the problem perfectly. And this is why you can confidently enter into the next stage, or how to be innovative, mean to think how you can solve this problem.
Okay, thank you for the answers, Dr. Miat. Well, for you guys who should wanna ask to Dr. Miat, please use the recent feature. Once call your name, you may turn on your camera and microphone to ask for the question. Please introduce yourself by starting your name and institution and keep your question short and clearly.
It's okay, guys. You don't need to be shy. Don't be shy. You can ask any question if even something that is not really clear for you. And it's just like a more interactive kind of the session.
All right, we have Faras. Please turn on your camera and microphone. Please introduce yourself by stating your name and institution and keep your question short and clearly.
Okay, excuse me. My name is Faras Dival. So I will ask this question from the material that you mentioned before. So with the rapid growth of AI and automation today, many students are starting to worry about their future careers. So I would like to ask, how can students can stay competitive and relevant in a world where technology is evolving faster than ever? In your opinion, what mindsets should young people develop in order to become innovators in the digital era? Thank you.
Thank you, Forrest. I mean, it's definitely a good question. And if I may repeat, this is definitely AI won't take away your job. AI will just redesign the way you work. So the mindset that you need to shift is rather than focusing like a hardcore on the one thing, you really need to understand what exactly you need to focus in this era. So when the based on the shift that is going to happen. So for example, just now we talked about like a two main shift, right? So for example, the test, it will be going to change because the job or the scope won't change, like the test how you do will be changing. So for example, as of now, like maybe previously, even myself, during the era when I was in my bachelor, I tend to think like, okay, I need to be really good at the coding. It's like if I'm getting like a coding 100%, then I will be already guaranteed to get the job, right? But now you see with the AI can help you do the coding. Just try, you can just go into the Google AI Studio and you can just type in the vibe coding and the entire website can be pop up in the less than 10 minutes, right? So it's not about the coding already. It is about the problem solving. So now you see which you need to take advantage as in your mindset. So it's not the coding, but it's the problem solving that you need to take the advantage. Then you need to train yourself how you can think better and how you can solve the problem solving skill, then this will be the main advantage you can bring when you go to the interview. So imagine now in the AI century, if you go for the interview, will you tell them, hey, I can really coach C sharp? Or will you tell them, what is your business problem? And I can help you solve business problem with the relevant technology, regardless of C sharp or Python or whatsoever. But what I can bring on the table is the problem solving. So this will be the main important thing for us, if I may have to highlight. It is to understand where the world is leading, the digital transformation direction is going, and what will be the things the machine can do, what will be the things that machine cannot do. So in this human plus AI collaboration, right, then we need to start building how we can fit into that collaboration skill set. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Miat, for the answer.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we still have time for Q&A session. So all of you, if you have the question, you can raise your hand or drop your question in the chat box using format as Dr. Miat underscore your full name.
Yep, guys, don't be shy. I mean, it can be about the digital transformation, it can be about the innovation, or it can be about something that you want to learn from the journey that I passed through, or based on my experience, right? So related to the job, related to the how to working to cultural differences. It can be anything, right? Because this is more about the interactive session. So just please feel free to. Thank you for your question, Alvariza. So, as digital transformation continues to shape modern society, what responsibility do young people have in promoting digital literacy? That is a very good question. So, yeah, definitely. And maybe I will start with the very simplest responsibility that we can have it, right? So, that will be more about contribution. So, meaning, as of now, you need to learn, relearn, and unlearn, right? Because there are so many things that you can learn. Then, once you understand this digital literacy, meaning how to use the digital tool, what is digital tool, etc., then the responsibility as the young people, what you can have is to resharing that knowledge or your understanding of the digital literacy. And you can do that in a very simple way. Nowadays, I mean, all of us maybe having the LinkedIn, right? So you can build your LinkedIn profile, and so you're sharing all this your knowledge as your portfolio because it's a win-win situation. On one side, it builds the credibility for your profile, and on the another side, you are sharing what problems, what innovation that you see, but to benefit to other people also. So that's why when we talk about global society, one component, a very simple component, is the contribution. So Alvariza, I hope that answer your question. Thank you. Then from Shalinier, how can business balance the use of AI automation without reducing the importance of human creativity and critical thinking? Yep, that is also a very nicely asked question. So this is really, really important because this also comes with the both challenge and opportunity. Maybe I will say the beauty and the ugly of the AI, right? So when we have the AI, we need to understand what are the scope that AI can leverage, meaning the use of AI and then automation. That is more about if we use AI for the eliminating repetitive tasks. So we need to automate that, right? So we need to really have the clarity with the risk assessment. So what we normally do is one, we have like a scope of the task in the business process. So we have like a business and business have the multiple process end to the end. Then we need to do the audit, look at the entire process, and then we see okay, which part we can automate with the AI with the risk free. Then we need to build the risk metric or the risk assessment. Is it really require human judgment, or is it something like a very much the easy thing that AI can automate without any risk? Then we take the path. Okay, these part are for the AI, and another part we see this require heavy human judgment and human critical thinking. Then we need to ensure that still keep with the human. So if you recall in the slide that I also show like a one AI and human collaboration table, right? So it lists out one particular scope, what AI can do, what human can do. Then we need to have the good balance there. Then we need to have like a good planning to see there is no overlap and then there is no breaking the things that we can ensure human and AI collaboration work properly. But here, talking about this topic, I want to give one example because AI cannot solve something that is broken in the process. So imagine in your company or in your department, if the approval needs 6 email, 15 prayer, and then let's say multiple messages, then even if that do the automation and we adapt the entire the broken flow into the automation, it will not be helping to move forward. So that's why it is really important. We need to understand as is process, as in the workflow, and we need to see first thing what we need to fix as in the process, right? Fixing the issue. Then we need to see what we can automate. Then we need to see what we can keep it as the human creativity and critical thinking still to exist. Yep, I hope that answered your question, Shalinia.
We still have time for Q&A session. So be don't shy to ask to Dr. Miat. You can just raise your hand or drop your question in chat box using format ask Dr. Miat underscore your full name.
Yep, and I really appreciate you guys asking the question. So because this is also really a good opportunity, not only for you, but for me also, meaning I can really think back exactly and connect with your question and what exactly happening in the day to day, right? So this is also, I will say it, beneficial for the both end. So guys, please feel free to, and we can discuss some more again.
Maybe I have a second question for me.
Sure.
As technological continuous reshape industry and society, some people are excited while others feel overwhelmed by the change. So, how can we build a balance between technological advancement and maintaining human values from
Yeah, sorry, I think I lost your voice a bit, Rasha. So what you are asking is how can we balance between technology advancement and then
and maintaining human values?
Human value.
Yeah.
Yep. So exactly, I think that is somehow to relate back to the question from the Shalinia also. So definitely, I think that is the most important aspect. We need to see the advancement of technology. That is the one thing. Then we also need to ensure what is the human value that need to still remain in that. So that will also talk about the human skill, what we mentioned, right? So meaning if we turn everything into the technology advancement, but do you think that technology can have some empathy, sympathy, humanity kind of thing? Definitely not, right? So the human value, human skill still need to exist because at the end of the day, no matter how much technology advancement we have, we cannot automate each and everything. We still need to have the human judgment in it, meaning we still need to have the human as a team. We still need to work with the people. We still need to collaborate with the people. So meaning leading the team still require this empathy, sympathy, and then humanity skill. And also even when you introduce the technology or the innovation, whatever advancement you are doing technically, you need to think from the humanity perspective also when you build that solution at the global level, right? So that you need to have a good balance between the advance of technology, but also integration of the human skill and that human value inside.
All right, I think that a wrap of our Q&A session. Thank you to
Right.
all participants for your thoughtful question. And of course, it's a big thank you to Dr. Engineer Miat Nguyen for answering them so clearly and insightful. But before we end this session, may I kindly ask Dr. Miat to share a short closing statement?
Sure, definitely. So, first of all, many thanks for having me here today. And then, as I say, it is not only opportunity for you, it's also opportunity for me that we can discuss this interesting topic together. And of course, together to the committee and also to the university for having this session, integrating or connecting to all the like expert people from around the world. So this is exactly a good chance where we can exchange the idea. So thank you very much. And then I also see the success of this international webinar, and then very happy to be a part of it. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Nisur Miat, for your inspired insight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the certificate presentation session. As a token of appreciation for our first speaker today, we would like to invite our project officer, Januar Arifin Ilham, to present the certificate symbolical to our first speaker, Dr. Insinyur Mitwin. Committee, please display the certificate on the screen. And now, let's continue with the photo documentation session. Committee, please proceed.
Okay, thank you, Rasha and Mr. Miat. Now I will take over the documentation session. For the first pose, we will begin with Bela Negara pose. Kindly make a fist with your right hand and place it on your left chest.
Left chest, something like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then for the second pose, you may choose any pose that you prefer. Okay, I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. I will give it back to Rasha.
Okay, thank you, documentation team. All right, the documentation session has been complete. Thank you so much, Dr. Engineer Miat Nguyen, for the inspiring presentation and for being with us today. We really appreciate your willingness to share your experience and knowledge with all of us. If you have any other commitment, you are almost welcome to leave the Zoom session. Once again, thank you for sharing your knowledge and inspiring with us, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, this is for our talk show session today. Big thanks to our amazing speaker for all the insight, and of course, thank you to everyone here for your great energy and participation. It's been such a pleasure to be your moderator. I'm Rasha, signing off and saying goodbye. Now, I'll hand it back to our MC, Indira, to continue the event. See you and thank you, everyone.
Thank you to Rasha for guiding us through this session with our outstanding first speaker today. All right, everyone, it's time to shake things up a little because we are moving on to the icebreaking session. This is the moment to recharge your energy and get more excited for the rest of today's program. And guess what? This is the session will be led by Desvia, one of our amazing members from the Event and Program Division of FIK FAIR 2026, who is ready to bring up the energy. And let's give a big round of applause and make some noise for Desvia.
Okay. Thank you, Indira. Hi, all. I'm Fia. So we are gonna having fun. So let's start the icebreaking session. Get ready, because we have two games today. Are you all ready? Show some reaction if you're ready, guys. All right. Let's play the game. How to play the game? So I'm gonna show you some emojis on the screen, and all you have to do is guess which movie they represent. And then you can type your answer in the chat section. Is it clear, guys? So let's start the game. Okay, here we go. Look at these emojis, guys. What movie could this be? Ice Age. We Bear Bears. Okay. So the answer is Ice Age. Good job, everyone who got that. The next round. Okay, what you guys see in these emojis? Let me see your answers. Family friendly, Mr. Brain. Emotion things. Brain. Okay, Inside Out. Okay, that's right, because the answer is Inside Out. The Pixar movie that made us all cry, right? And next. Okay, this one. This movie is so heartwarming for sure. What is it? Yep. Bet, guys. Okay, I think most of you guessed it right. So, yes, everyone, it's okay, next. This is a very famous romance fantasy. Come on, David fast, guys. GGS. Ganteng-ganteng serigala. Okay. Is GGS right? Fall in love with vampire. Twilight? Is GGS or Twilight? Okay, the answer is Twilight. And next. Okay, this is the first one. Let's see who gonna get this. Brave Wonder Woman. Is it Wonder Woman? Brave. Robin Hood. Hunger Games. Okay, let's see the answer. Okay, it's the Hunger Games, not Brave, guys. Next. Okay, this is a big one. Think hard, everyone. Interstellar. Film Me to the Moon. Pelangi di Mars. Okay. Something just like this. Sorry, 5. Take me to the moon. Okay. Let's see. Who guessed it greatly? And that it's Interstellar, not Tendangan Madun, everyone. Okay, next. Okay, this is the last one, guys. Project Hail Mary. Okay. JOTG Star Wars. Upin Upin Ipin. Is it Upin Ipin, guys? Or Bobo Boy, maybe? Okay. The answer is GOTG, everyone. Good answers. Okay. Next, we are gonna move to our second game and last game, actually. Guess the heroes. So, basically, we have the same rules. You have to look at the clues and then type your answer in the chat section. Okay, let's go. Who is this man? Type it, everyone. Me. Putra ya? Pick. Okay, most of you guys actually guess the same person. And yup, it's Spider-Man, my husband, everyone. Okay, next. Who is this brooding hero? Putra. Good answers, Putra. Man. Nightwing. Dan Lowo. Is it Raden Lowo? Okay, let's see. The answer is Batman. And next, okay. The clue is he only says one sentence. Can you guess who is it? Girl. Tung tung. Okay. Is it Groot or Tung Tung Sahur? Okay, let's see the answer, guys. It's Groot. Yes, we love him. And next, okay, this is the last one. Who could this be? Make it count, guys. This is the last. Happy family. Me and family. Family with 2 kids. Read that. Okay. The Incredibles. Fantastic Four. Is it The Incredibles or Fantastic Four, guys? Okay, let's see. And the final answer is Fantastic Four. Yay! That was so much fun. Give yourselves a round of applause. I love the energy in this room. You all are amazing. Now that we are all set, let's get into the main session. Back to the MC, Indira. Over to you. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Desvia, for the fun and refreshing ice-breaking session. I hope you all feel more energized and ready to continue the rest of today's program. Now, we will continue with the presentation from our second speaker. The session will be guided by our moderator, Amana. But before we begin, we kindly remind all participants to take a screenshot during the session of speaker 2 as a proof of attendance. And to Amana, The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Indira. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, and Salam Bela Negara. Hello and good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Amana Faiza Taurat. I am honored to serve as the second moderator for today's webinar international opening ceremony of FIK FAIR 2026, who will guide today's second talk show session. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome our distinguished speaker who are joining us today and will be sharing their insights with us. Now, let's give a warm welcome to Mrs. Ika as our second speaker today. We kindly invite Mrs. Ika to join us at the front. All right. Welcome, Mrs. Ika. How are you today?
Hello, thank you. I'm good. Amana getting energetic after ice breaking.
That's great. And if I may ask, if what are you currently busy with these days?
Yeah, quite. We are currently doing some research with the team in the lecture in Faculty of Computer Science, especially for evaluating and creating new application solution in the faculty and also in the university level wide, especially related with the topic today of digital transformation.
Okay, okay. Sounds like you've been quite busy. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to be here and to share your insights with us. In this second session, the presentation will focus on the future of work in the digital era. But before we dive into the talk show, I'm sure all of us are curious to know more about the background of our speaker. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mrs. Ika Nurilaili Isnainiah, as a dedicated lecturer with over 7 years of experience in information system, data analytics, and human-computer interaction with a strong focus on user experience. She is currently a lecturer at Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, where she actively teaches, develops curriculum, and mentors students, particularly in the field of human-computer interaction. Her research interests include application development, usability evaluation, and data analytics, especially in supporting health and well-being. She has also been involved in various research and community projects, collaborating with diverse communities and international institutions. Mrs. Ika holds a master's degree in design informatics from the University of Edinburgh and bachelor degree in information system from 10 November Institute of Technology. She has published numerous academic papers in international conferences and journals and has also been invited as a speaker in several academic forums. With her extensive experience and expertise, we are excited to gain valuable insight from her today. So, Mrs. Ika, are you ready to share some knowledge and insight with us all here today?
Yeah, I'm glad to do that.
All right, then without keeping you waiting any longer, let's jump into the session. Mrs. Ika, the stage is all yours.
All right, thank you, Amana. Okay, first of all, I would like to share my screen. Okay, right. Can you see the screen that I share?
We can.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, Mana. And hello everyone. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thank you very much for having me, especially in this very special occasion, international webinar. FIK FAIR 2026. So today we have a very special theme of digital transformation, and I would like to talk about digital transformation, especially how to upskill our our knowledge for um, be ready for the future era of substitute. Okay, so first of all, my name is Ika. I am currently the lecturer in Information System Bachelor Program, Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta. And as mentioned by Amana, right now my research mostly focus on human-computer interaction, user experience, and also interaction design. So that's why for discussion and sharing today, I will bring the context of digital transformation into the context of interaction design because both of these things are quietly related each other. Okay, so first I would like to discuss about the design metaphors. So there is a connection between what we call now as digital transformation with the design metaphor in the interaction design context. So in design metaphor, actually we discuss more about understanding how our relationship with technology happen, and this relationship currently always shifted from simple utility until the total automation currently supported by AI and various things. And specifically in the interaction design, this design metaphor act as the cognitive bridge between the unknown, the new technology, and the known, the human experience, us as the user. So, if we look back to this evolution of design metaphor and its relation to the digital transformation, first we look back to around 1,000 years ago. So, in around year 1,000, we are, and then the development, the evolution continue into the year 1000, 2000, where we create channels. And then for now until the future, we are something we call it as substitutes. So what is actually the tools, channels, and also the substitutes in the evolution of design metaphor? We will talk one by one about this. So first, in year we were designing the tools. We call this one as the tools era. So in this stage, we were designing kind of tools as a manual utility. So for example, in this picture, there is a plow or hammer or compass, which is very passive. And the goal of this era, we have some tools to enhance the human strength and also for the user to perform a specific physical task and to support them. So the focus here is just only on physicality and also the manual utility. The user is very different. They were so active, they do the job every, and the tool is just something passive to support them. So the time was focusing on just the extension of our human body to support us to do everyday. Okay, so this is coming back to 1,000 years ago, and then after the 1,000, because currently we are in year 2026, so it means we are still in this era. We are in the designing channels era. So what happened in this channels era? So with the digital, have so many reach for information. As mentioned by the first speaker in this webinar, we have so many information, data coming from various kind of sources. And so we need a platform, we need the various kind of sources of data and information. This example focus on connectivity and also the flow. And the goal are particularly focusing on overcoming distance and also moving the data, providing communication, and also, for example, in context of commerce, we try to get, and the example included here is like browser, email, early social media. I believe you already familiar with all of this. So the focus is the connectivity and also flow of information between the user and also the source of information. The user can be the source of information, but the user can also be someone which is beneficial for all the information. The example of all these channels can be seen here. First, this is the shopping channels in the context of commerce. I'm sure you also already familiar with some of this example. The first one is Shopee and also Tokopedia. In this shopping channel, we do not need to come to the offline store and then doing the manual transaction from our screen, from everywhere and anywhere, anytime. We can choose any item we need, and also we can do the transaction with our own preferred payment channel, payment gateway, and so on. And then we also have the healthcare channel. So the channel provide a solution which help the patient, which help the user maintaining their health and connect them to the healthcare practitioner. For example, in Indonesian case from Indonesia, we have one example of hospital already implementing this kind of solution, the digital transformation in their healthcare channel. The example is in Siloam Hospital. Maybe are you familiar with this kind of hospital, everyone? Yeah, in this Siloam Hospital, they have the application called My Siloam. So it comes as a bridge, as a channel, and then with this channel you can do the teleconsultation with the general practitioner or the specialized doctor. So you don't need to come to the hospital and then having a long queue and everything. You just coming to your screen using your mobile phone, and then every healthcare solution is provided with you in your mobile phone. Other example also available in an application called Halodoc, which is not only specified in one hospital, all general practitioner and also all specialized provided service from any expertise in Indonesia. So you can directly find what you need here. For example, if you have any health issue related to your, for example, to your kidney, to your for diabetic specific solution, specific services in this application. So all these channels make us very easy in our day-to-day tasks. And the last one is the social media. This is the channel for communication, for networking. I'm sure all of you having at least one kind of social media here, like Instagram or Twitter, and now we call it X, and the TikTok. And for now, the development for these related channels becoming more and more sophisticated, where one channel can provide more than one feature. For example, like TikTok. TikTok has also the TikTok shop, which combine between the social media function as a channel and also combine also the shopping channel. So this is a various kind of example of channel, which actually happen until now. We are still continuing in this era. But after thousand until now and going to the future, we are facing the so-called the substitute era. This is what I mentioned in the title. So currently we have so little by little, we are moving into an era where the technology is becoming the agent, becoming the environment we need to familiar with it. So the focus here is the automation and also the presence and also supporting our decision making. Okay, the goal here, because this is a substitute, so the technology is created to replace our cognitive function, our present, and also our um, role with the algorithmic substitute. Okay, so in this interaction, technology doesn't just help us, but also changing, not just act as a tool, not just act as a channel, becoming our substitute. Okay, so as now we are having a lot of example, for example, like AI and then VR, metaverse. So the technology is in current era of substitute. Okay, so what we call the designing substitute or the stand-in here is where the technology acting like our personal assistant, or sometimes it's not the personal assistant, but it is becoming the pilot. The technology do not act just a tool, but it also doing the thinking and also the driving for us. Okay. So here, for example, we use AI to make choices, and then we use AI to substitute to work for us, for example, in various kind of tasks. Yeah, so the goal is very simple actually. Sometimes we do not want to do the task by ourselves, but we just want the AI to simplify to do it for us. So this is one very clear example of the substitution era. Okay, so digital transformation in this era of substitute actually is shifting from creating a process to creating an intelligence. It is no longer about just a paper, but we can have everything in our screen, from process to to intelligence, and this is the era where we have so many agents available like Gemini, ChatGPT, and everything help us, and everything is going digital. Okay, so and then we also have the integrated intelligence substitute. The transformation is not only just a passive digital channel, as I mentioned before, but this is also a very intelligent substitute that can be integrated in our everyday tasks and every digital layer, especially in business. I will take this as a this advancement as a beneficial thing, but somehow we also have some challenges that we need to prepare. The first one, like the substitute itself, when we are transforming our day-to-day tasks into the technology that acts on our behalf, of course we have a risk that we are handing over everything to the algorithm. If we have a mistakes, if we have something that is at risk in a critical condition, so uh, it is by mistake is still our mistake, not the AI mistake. Yeah, this is the one of the key challenge of the substitute. And also the second is related to the skills. If the substitute always does our tasks, like helping us navigating or creating ideas or helping us writing, for example, maybe one day we as the human may eventually lose the ability to perform our skill manually, because creative thinking need to be learned and then need to be practiced, right? If every day you just supported by the AI, it can cause what we call quote unquote the skill atrophy. And then the next one is the value. The value in our day to day operation can be redefined. So the substitute will possibly take over some professional tasks in our society, and it can be causing some redefinition, especially in the word of the human as a workforce and also in terms of productivity. So all of this challenge and risk can also impact the future economic and also the identity shift when every technology can replace a job. For example, like designer and also policymaker and any other job roles must be ready to find way to ensure that purpose and also means of living. So behind this challenge in the workplace, we also have the challenge, the shift regarding the transition of responsibility from the human responsibility becoming automation, becoming the agent-based driver automation created by the human. Okay. So when we design the substitute, when we come to the substitute era, here we are not just changing a tool. We are changing the worker's fundamental role. We are changing the everyday basic operational. And then we have to adapt. We have to familiarize. We have to mastering all the skills related with this substitute. So if we talk about upskill itself, so it means we are not trying to avoid the change of era, but we try to adapt and we try to master everything related with this substitute era. Okay, so this is some example I get from the World Economic Forum website recently. This is an example in manufacturing industry where the substitute era, the AI, the automation has been implemented. The first example is in Media Group. For example, this is for the washing machine product. So for this product, actually the AI application is used for the product design and also for promoting the intelligent operation. So by using this AI, so media can reduce the development cycle and also help the testing and also can also detect the poor quality and also optimizing the logistic path. Other than that, we can also look at other manufacturing industry. For example, AstraZeneca. Maybe you already familiar with this um, brand of vaccine during the COVID-19. We know AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca is actually one of pharmaceutical manufacturing industry, and currently it is already implemented the AI, the automation, already implemented the substitution in their operation. So using AI, they are helping the production, and also here they help the process of having the physical and chemical properties for active pharmaceutical ingredient. So they are having the process of formulating products. Okay, so by looking at this two point of view, for example, first in media, we know that the use of AI here can interfere with the job role of engineer, the job role of industrial engineer, for example. And whereas in the AstraZeneca, the role of AI, the role of automation, of course, it will interfere with the role of pharmacists, the role of the analyst over there. So it is very challenging for them to also learn to familiarize with the technology given by the AI. Other example also in legal, in law field here, I get it from UNESCO for the judiciary. So actually now AI system and also automation is also implemented in to access the justice system. Especially in law, we have various guideline, various document that we need to check. So AI can help optimize that process. So it can help us to do that efficiently and effectively. So this is just some example implemented in a manufacturing industry and also some sectors worldwide like UNESCO. In Indonesia, we also see some manufacturer already use the AI adoption. For example, in production, when we try to have like a finished good in a manufacturing process, the last thing when we do with the human the testing of the finished good to screen which one is the good product or which one need to be destroyed because it's not good. Okay, so we automate this process with the AI because if we use human, there are some limitation. Of course, we need more people to work in the place, but by using the automation, it can efficient and it also help to reduce the development cycle. Okay, so um, the shift is also affected other field, especially our field in computer science. So in the next discussion, I would like to focus from the UI UX designer perspective because it's related to the human computer interaction side. Okay, so in UI UX designer perspective, recently we we're hearing a big news of the launch of cloud in 2016, and there is a some uh, saying out there that say like rest in peace Figma. So as we know in UI UX design, the Figma is one of very popular designing tool for our collaborative work, for designing high fidelity prototype and so on. So currently we have Figma as a manual canvas where we as a designer can move every pixel, can create everything that we need, that we design, and then we can focus then in the task of construction, collaborating with the developer and everyone in the team. So it requires some manual effort for creating some layouts and also component. So the so-called rest in peace Figma is because the cloud here is creating the design substitute. So launched by the Anthropic Lab, uh, this cloud try to transform the UI UX workflow from the construction into the creation of high fidelity prototype. So initially, we need to create the layout manually in Figma, and then we discuss with our team and everything. But for now, with cloud, we can just prompt using some text, for example, create the design of e-commerce or create the design of this landing page of a website in Figma. And then okay, magically, it turns out into a high fidelity prototype. And also, it can also transform into the ready to use code. So it's very challenging for the UI UX designer and the team. Looking at this newly invention, we try to compare between Figma and also cloud here. So this is one example of what we call the design metaphor. Figma for now is becoming the tool. We are now in 2015, but actually we are currently like having a tool as in year 1000. So Figma here act as a tool because it support our day-to-day operation, whereas the cloud here act as the substitute. So the user role we can see first in the comparative here. In Figma, you need to build the component. If you are a UI UX designer, you create the component by yourself and then you put it in the Figma and then you finalize everything, the layout, the page, the interaction and everything. But cloud, you just define the intent, try to write specific prompt, and then you run that, you get the high fidelity prototype, same as when you build the component. And then looking at the workflow comparison. So in Figma, you do the drawing, auto layouts, and also creating pixels and everything. Whereas in cloud, you can do the prompt generation. You have to describe the goal, of course, but then you can receive fully complete the high fidelity prototype and also the render UI code. So the handover phase here is also taking over by the cloud. And the next is the comparison of the output. Figma can only produce the visual guide. Then we must hand off the design and then doing the code. But we see the cloud here, it can develop your prompt into the interactive artifact where it provides the functional React or HTML code ready for testing. And the starting point is already different where Figma, when you open Figma, especially you will see blank canvas in front of you, and it requires your creativity, it requires your research output, the user research output, and then put it your blank canvas. It requires your skills to design, and then you can start and finish everything. Whereas in cloud, it is an informed agent, the substitute. Ingest your existing from existing goals, and then it can help you to create the final prototype and also the code. So this is in comparison becoming a challenge. Yeah, but other than cloud, actually, years before cloud, we also heard something called UIZARD and everything. So always every year, I think, right now we are hearing some advancement of technology where the designer is provided by this kind of solution. UIZARD previously provide us with a sketch. So when you are creating your manual sketch, for example, using pen and paper, and then you put it in UIZARD, UIZARD will help you to create the sketch into high fidelity prototype and also help you to get the code ready. But for now, cloud, it doesn't need a sketch. You can also, you can just write a sketch, write a text as a prompt, and then getting the final prototype ready. So it's getting more efficient. This is a challenge. Some people say that it feels like a Figma killer because it can do the rapid prototyping instead of us spending so many hours in Figma creating one by one the screen, the page. But you can just ask Cloud, and then it especially can generate 5 variation. Usually with our team in UI UX team, we gather everyone and then asking everyone about the variation, and then we try to do the voting, and then we discuss and everything. Of course, it doesn't happen in just 60 seconds, but with cloud probably you can efficient make it efficient until like 60 seconds. Okay, so then it also become the death of the nudge. So for example, at first maybe like PMs, developer maybe do not have the skills specifically owned by the UI UX designer or the researcher. But now because we have a substitute like cloud, everyone from PM, developers, or maybe like a security, cyber security analyst, everyone not related with this field can replace everyone because with for non-designer it can eliminate the need to learn complex factor design software to communicate idea. So that's why it's called like Figma killer. Okay, but the reality now, even if we have a substitute like cloud, for example, and also other AI things supported us, so the reality, we still need what we call the collaboration instead of just the instant generation from the agent. So while Cloud here tried to do the substitute for the manual UI creation, but some things still lacks in the development process, especially the collaborative infrastructure. With Figma, we can do the editing with our team, and then we can also have the stakeholder inputs, and also we can do the assets management where we can reuse our design into another design, which is still related. And in this hybrid era, actually Figma can still becoming the source of truth for a large production team. So I will argue that cloud here, it can create the design, but actually Figma, we still need to refine the detail created by the cloud. Okay, so if cloud starts killing the manual parts of Figma, I don't know, maybe you agree or not with this statement. So in my opinion here, there will be the sameness trap, something we call sameness trap. If everyone here use the same AI substitute using the same similar prompt, maybe our design can possibly look identical because the context of UI UX design here is having some kind of uniqueness in every design. So looking at the identity of each organization, its services we would like to create. So if we just put it into cloud, so it will be just the same routine, same specific generation by the cloud, and it will be looking identical. So this challenge also do not have the soul and also the specific innovation within brand or other organization. Okay, other than the sameness trap here, we also have what we call the quality gap. Okay, so using AI usually is great for common patterns, creating common patterns. For example, if you are screening some documents and you are doing similar tasks day by day, for example, in manufacturing industry, for example, you are testing your product and you choose which product is good, which product should be rejected. So this is the um, pattern, the operation that is becoming a routine. But if we design something which need a soul here or brand specific innovation, you still need a Figma, a tool to fix what the AI built, because sometimes AI just generates something very basic, and so it's just very not really having the brand specific innovation we try to look for here. So the quality gap is missing, so we can try to address this problem. Our skill is still needed in this quality gap. And the last one is related to the component governance. When we need to manage our team in UI UX design so that our consistency is achieved. We try to design 1,000, 100, or maybe like 1,000 screen. We need to consider the consistency. It is consistent, but at the same time, it is not just a identical design with other design. It is the consistency that we create based on our guideline. Okay, so we still need the source of truth, the environment like Figma, to ensure that the what the generated by the AI like cloud match with our design guideline, our design system perfectly. Okay, so after looking at some example in several industry and also in specifically in computer science, I am looking at the specific job role of UI UX design. Of course, we will have some changes in the future workplace. Probably it can make us worried, but uh, this time we should try to get this challenge and then adapt and prepare ourselves for this challenge. Yes, AI are currently becoming the core infrastructure in various kind of industry, finance, in healthcare, and so on. So it's no longer an experiment only on research, but it is now becoming a foundational in modern business. Usually AI is used for powering customer experience. When we have a chatbot, for example, it can optimize the process of getting connected with our customer. Also, it can optimize operation, enabling us to do the research for creating new products which preferred by the market, the demand of the customer. So currently AI is evolving into a core layer of enterprise infrastructure. So if you are into the into the implementation of computer science field to support the enterprise industry, so you should mastering the skill of how you can elaborate, you can use AI to support your day-to-day operation. So the company for now are not simply adopting AI here, but we are using the AI for redesigning our business model. So it will influence everything and across any kind of industry. Okay, so how do we how can we follow this kind of revolution, this AI revolution? How can we upskill ourselves to face this revolution, this AI development? So maybe we can look back to the industrial revolution. Years ago, during the industrial revolution, it is also the same like now, I think. The factory at that time, factory worker, also displays like 50 to 1 ratio because there are so many advanced in machinery, in technology. Right now, it is also the same. Yeah, probably some job roles also can be eliminated with AI, but actually the workforce actually grew with the new kind of business, new kind of economy. If we want to catch up with this advanced development, we should prepare ourselves to be someone who could operate or fix machine. This is during the revolutionary industry for now. So it means we can operate or fix what AI produce. And then we can also develop new things, but we can use AI to support us to brainstorm. And also we can design a process. And then including the automation, including the digital transformation inside this new process. Okay, so in the future, some strategic opportunities can be explored. So first, as a computer scientist, you were a builder. Okay, but now you are not just a builder, but you are an orchestrator. You no longer need to spend a lot of time building your prototype one by one, but you can get the help from this digital transformation. You can generate hundreds of variation. It can help you optimize your process to get better results. So it means you still have a lot of time to test these lots of variation. And then there is also a growing demand where we have to we should be able to analyze whether this AI, for example, is good or not. So this is the one we should um, master because the hand of session, the hand of point, this is for us to decide. Okay. And the last one, this is the most important thing. When we work with the design thinking methodology, for example, as a UI UX designer, we have the first stage, which called empathize stage. Okay, so the aspect of empathy and also the stakeholder management, it never, it will never getting replaced by the AI because AI cannot read the room or navigate to the custom of office, the politics, the geopolitics, for example. Even if AI produces a solution, you are the one who still needs to communicate, who still need to bring the idea into the floor. So it requires your skill to get the project approved, to get the project circulated widely. So our intuition, human intuition, remain as a critical aspect for this strategic alignment and also project success. This is a important thing. So if you would like to upskill, one thing you need to have you need to take notes here. One thing important is related to the empathy. Yeah, so yeah, because AI do not have soul, as I mentioned before. AI is just using a routine and doing the something that already presented as a pattern. Okay, so to conclude my presentation this morning, there are two takeaway points that I think you need to take notes, especially as a computer science students. So first, to measure real success, Yeah, here, even it is real success in every field, not essentially only in computer science project, but in all project. Success is how meaningful is our work created, not just how many hours are saved by the substitute. Even if you do the job very fast, but if the output is just something very basic and it just similar with other solution, so it doesn't mean a real success. A successful project, a successful invention is where you can put the meaning, where you can put the organizational or brand specific requirement into a solution that works perfectly for the user. And then the second point is related the irreplaceable human value, our value that never replace, that I already mentioned before. Even if AI handles the routine, so we still have the soft skills like empathy, the ethics and community building. This is some things that we still need to enrich, because this is which remain the only things that somehow the technology cannot substitute. So back to the first slide, I mentioned about the tools era, channels era, and now we are facing the substitute era. My question to you, are you ready to face the substitute era? Ready or not, please prepare yourself with everything. Okay, thank you. I think that is all from me in this session. So I think I will give back this session to Amana. Thank you.
Or wow, that was such an insightful and inspiring presentation from Mrs. Ika. We learned that how digital transformation is evolving from simple tools and communication channels into intelligent AI-powered substitutes, and how this shift is transforming the future of work, redesigning the whole of technology in society and changing the way humans collaborate, create, and make decisions in digital era. Thank you so much for sharing this valuable point with us. I believe everyone here has gained a lot new perspective. Now we're moving into the Q&A session. So for all of you who have questions for Mrs. Ika, feel free to raise your hand or drop your question in the chat box using the format hashtag Mrs. Ika underscore your full name. Don't be shy. This is the perfect chance to dive deeper and get answered directly from our speaker. For participants who would like to ask directly, please use the raise hand feature. Once I call your name, you may turn on your camera and microphone to ask your question. Please introduce yourself by stating your name and institution and keep your question short and clear. Okay, we have a question here from Zulfikar Hassan. You mentioned that digital transformation is moving from process to intelligence. Could you explain what this means in real life business situation?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Zulfikar Hazan. I think this is a very nice question. So, regarding the transformation from process into intelligent, um, from what I mentioned previously, that currently we have some business that are done manually. For example, looking at the perspective of UI UX designer, for example, in computer science field, we are doing the process of creating the screens and layout manually. Okay. And looking at the manufacturing industry process, for example, it can be the process of producing a product, or it can also be the process of testing the product. Okay, so initially it is a long process and then probably need a lot of time. So the intelligence here is giving a solution for us to save time, and with the models or the pattern that we give into the system, here we can automate the process and then it's becoming faster and efficient. I think that is the key things that shifting from process to intelligent mentioned in that presentation. Okay, hopefully it answer your question, Zulfikar. Okay, thank you, Hassan.
Anyone else who wants to ask a question, you could also raise your hand or type in the chat box.
Maybe Amana, regarding the substitute era, from your perspective, your point of view, do you think you are ready as a computer scientist student?
For me personally, I'm ready because I feel like that's a really cool futuristic stuff. Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I'm ready to learn more about it.
Yeah, okay. Because our skill is still needed in the final process. And if we have a solution, if we have an idea, we still need to take over the process to bring it to go live and then to spread it to other people. So this is our skill, the soft skill that we need to get always with us, yeah, to elaborate with us. Yeah.
Okay, there is another question from Darius. Looking ahead to the next 5 to 10 years, what kind of job or professional roles do you think will grow the most because of AI and digital transformation?
Okay, right. This is a very nice answer. I think it's related with the discussion today in the from Dr. Miat, and also for my topic also. In the future, next 5 to 10 years, our job for now, I think it's still most of it will still similar, but it will be automated. So, for example, as now we have a programmer, for example, later maybe the programmer just doesn't need to change the role. The role name may be still the same, but how the programmer solve the solution, that is will be grow the most and also will be changed by the AI. So the process or the job role may be still similar with current job position, but the process of how we finish the solution, or maybe the process of we have the solution, we can address more problem because the process is more efficient. Yeah, so the job professional may be like the AI specialist in human computer interaction. Actually, there are a specific field, we call it like human centered AI. So it's very interesting shift between the original human computer interaction field into the human centered AI, that we are now focusing on the AI and also the automation agent based system. Yeah. Yeah, Darius, is that answer your question, Darius? Yeah, okay, no problem, Darius. So don't worry if you are maybe feeling worried that, oh, maybe in the future I cannot be a programmer anymore, or maybe I cannot be a UI designer anymore. I think don't worry about that, because our I think our skill to understand the user, especially when we are designing a solution for user or specific target of specific target user, for example, of course it will be need your skill to to uh, to gather the information. Sometimes if we talk to the user, we need the use of our social skill and empathy. That one is still very important in this era, I think. Yeah, so don't worry if you if in the future you can still choose explore that job role, but you can also combine your skill with the automation, AI, and the development of the substitute, everything, every kind of substitute. Yeah.
Okay. While waiting for more questions to come, can I ask you a question,
Oh,
Mr.
of course,
Ken?
of course, Amana.
You mentioned that we as humans are still needed as like creativity, but like how can organization balance automation and human creativity without losing originality from human innovation?
Okay, so speaking about balancing, yeah, um, usually in our process of creating a solution, there are a there are of ways when we do the collaboration with a lot of people in the team, and at that time um gathering idea, gathering a solution from not just coming from one head, but we are combining like everyone's idea and then gathering the solution. Sometimes it can help us to bring the unique, the new kind of solution into life solution. So I think to balance this, we are we can have the brainstorming process before, but we still need to open to discussion. I think the open-minded perspective is needed here. So we also combine between the solution that produced by the automation, but at the same time we also open the room for getting any idea from our team, our human in the collaboration phase. I think both of them we cannot like just eliminate one or just choose one. Why don't we combine both of it? And creating a better and great solution in the end. I think that's the best for creating a final solution. Yeah, that balance everything, Amana.
Thank you for your answer. That clears a lot. Okay. Next, we have a question from Arakitama. In the UI UX field, do you believe AI tools like cloud design will eventually replace traditional platforms like Figma completely, or will they continue to coexist?
Okay, thank you. Okay, Arkitama, yeah, if you are interested in UI UX field, yeah, actually not only cloud. Before cloud, I also mentioned we have several services, several platforms like, for example, like UIZard and everything. So after almost after we hear the launching like cloud, always the headlines of the news always says like RIP Figma, rest in peace Figma. So it is I think like a marketing strategy to promote the solution and then invite us to try the solution. But until now, yeah, the for example like previous solution that creating our sketch into the high fidelity prototype, it doesn't completely replace Figma. But as I mentioned, that Figma is still needed because we have to fix the design. If you ever try Arkitama, create some design, UI design from AI, yeah, like cloud or any other things, maybe you can find the design is just repetitive. So for example, now I create a design which is focusing on, for example, like mental health. Like I would like to create something like very green color and a specific design system like this. And then I move, for example, to other design, like specific design, like a finance, for example, like trading. So of course, it's these two solutions supposed to be different, because the one solution is for mental health, for example, and the other solution is like for financial trading. Yeah, but if you try to produce this both of this design using the AI automation tools like cloud, you will find that their design actually is like similar. But this is the thing that we need to involve as a designer, that we make sure that our solution, especially in UI, our solution is remembered by the user. So to get the user remember our solution, we need to create something which is very brand specific and also very eye catching. Yeah, so if we are just using the solution that provide some repetitive, some custom, very basic pattern, so we cannot get the competitive advantage over there. So I think if there are some people argue that it will remove Figma forever. But I think, in my opinion, it will still coexist, because in cloud, for example, you have the feature for creating your design in Figma, and you can access and edit the file. So in the final phase, you still need your skills, you and your team, to discuss the design and then to decide whether it is comply with the guideline. Yeah, you can use the usability guideline or any other guideline and make sure whether the design produced by cloud is uh, suitable with the solution and the user. I think that is they will coexist. I think that's probably my answer from my perspective. Yeah, Arkitama. Hopefully, it's answer your question.
All right. I hope that, yeah, that answer your question, Akitama. And since the time is over, I think that wraps up our Q&A session. Thank you to all participants for your thoughtful question, and of course, a big thank you to Ms. Ika for answering them so clearly and insightfully. Before we end this session, may I kindly ask Mrs. Ika to share a short closing statement?
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you very much, Amana. First of all, again, maybe thank you for having me. And I think this is a very great initiative created by students, BEM FIK, especially Faculty of Computer Science, creating this international environment for sharing discussion. I'm very happy to be here today, and it was a very fruitful discussion with you all. Yeah, hopefully in the future, everyone uh, in this occasion will be successful and will gain insight from this event, and also can always enhance their skill and everything. So especially for computer science students, the development is very fast day by day. So we cannot just get enough with our skills today. So upgrade and up skills and every time, and don't forget to always learn something new and getting open to any other variation and also invention. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you also, Dr. Miatno, for your time as the first speaker and everyone here supporting this event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Ika, for your inspiring insight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the certificate presentation session. As a token of appreciation for our second speaker today, we would like to invite our Student Executive of Board of the Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta, Zulfikar Hasan, to present the certificate symbolically to our second speaker, Mrs. Ika. Committee, please display the certificate on the screen. All right, and now let's continue with the photo documentation session. Committee, please continue.
Okay, thank you, Amana. I will take over the documentation system. The first pose, we will begin with Bela Negara pose. Kindly make a fist with your right hand and place it on your left chest. Okay, get ready. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, next, for the second pose, you may choose any pose you prefer. Get ready. On the count of 3, 2, 1. All right, this concludes the documentation session. Thank you. I will return the session to our host.
Okay, thank you, documentation team. Right, the documentation session has been complete. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ika, for inspiring presentation and for being with us today. We really appreciate your willingness to share your experience and knowledge with all of us. If you have any other commitments, you are most welcome to leave the Zoom meeting, the Zoom session. And once again, thank you for sharing your knowledge and inspiring us. That's all for our talk show session today. A big thanks to our amazing speaker for all the insights, and of course, a thank you to everyone here for your great energy and participation. It's been such a pleasure to be your moderator. I'm Amana, signing off and saying goodbye. Now I'll hand it back to our MC, Indira, to continue this event. See you, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you to Amana for guiding us through the session with our outstanding second speaker today. Time flies, and here we are at the end of today's event. Let us close this ceremony with gratitude by rising Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillah Hirabbil Alamin. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, we have now reached the closing of the opening ceremony of FIK FAIR 2026. But don't worry, because the excitement of FIK FAIR 2026 doesn't stop here. Well, for those who haven't heard yet, FIK FAIR 2026 still have many excitement programs coming up. There will be academic and non-academic competition, fun games, bazaar, social event, workshop, and of course the most waited closing ceremony. So, don't miss the chance to join and be part of the entire FIK FAIR 2026 journey until the very end. And once again, we certainly thank Dr. Insinyur Miat Nuwin and Ika Nurlaili Isnainia Ascom MSc for sharing their valuable knowledge and insight with us today. May this session not only enrich our understanding, but also open new perspective on how innovation drives technological advancement in the digital era and how the future works continue to evolve along with it. That concludes the international webinar opening ceremony of FIK FAIR 2026 for today. But before we officially close, we would like to kindly remind all participants to fill in the attendance form through the Google Form link provided in the Zoom chat box. I am Indira, your Master of Ceremony. On behalf of the committee, would like to bid farewell. We certainly apologize for any mistakes in word or action that might have caused discomfort during this event. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. See you again at the next exciting series of FIK FAIR 2026.
Recording stopped.
Throw off my sorrow, beg still or borrow my share of laughter.
With you, I could learn to.
With you on a new day.
But who can I turn to I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, or borrow my share of laughter.
Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. But all I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. All I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night.
Paris or Rome, but I wanna go
Just hang around and you'll think there's nowhere I'd rather be. If you love me, trust me.
Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how